Hey folks, Troy Dooley, the Beachside CEO, and I just want to come to you because this is that time of year where we're all thankful. And I mean, it's been a little bit of crazy the last few days, last few weeks, really, with everything that's been going on worldwide. And when we look at France, when we look at the Mideast, when we look around the globe, it makes us, I think, even more thankful for what we have in our own families. And I know that for us, that's where we are. Just finished a move back to our main residence. We're excited about that. Still have some work to do, but we have been blessed the last few years and look forward to those blessings and giving back to others, which is what I'm doing right now in this video, because there's been a couple of issues that have come to light. I've been talking with reps and even company founders and leaders, and they said, Troy, we've got two major concerns right now that we see facing us in our companies. This isn't something that's industry-wide, but it's something that does affect many different companies throughout their tenure as they grow. The first being, hey man, our company just changed our back office and man, we're screwed up. Is that normal? Will we make it? I see this. It doesn't matter if people are using IDSTC, by design, InfoTrax, Market Vision, Genesis. The list goes on and on. There's so many great vendors and strategic partners that are in here when it comes to software. But what happens? What do you as the rep have to focus on? Well, number one, just making sure that you understand this is a normal piece of growth. It's a normal piece of business. Technology can be outgrown. And unless you're a major company like an Amway or an Herbalife where you have just hundreds of people on the development team, you're digging in, you're trying to build something on your own, the odds are it's not going to be. Even Beachbody, Tupperware even, uses different vendors throughout the nation. They don't want to try to do it all in-house. A lot of companies now use the cloud, which means they are definitely outsourcing everything they do. But whether it's an InfoTrax, who's really, when you look at the Rollins brothers, they created, in my opinion, the book on compensation plan. These guys understand the numbers. They understand what's going on. But they build commission engines. So when they come into a company and they go to build what your specific company needs, man, there's going to be some integration and third-party systems that are out there, some different pieces. There's going to be APIs and all this kind of stuff. Not words you got to remember, just this is going to happen, and you guys need to realize that. And I'm going to put a plug in right now for the DS Edge, because February 5th and 6th in Newport Beach, we're going to be talking about this. We've got some great strategic partners that are there that help people understand the technology side of things. So if you're going through a headache right now and you're saying, Troy, can we trust these companies? Did our company make the right decision? Probably yes. But you need to understand there's going to be some hiccups along the way. There may be times when you've got to say, look, I'm just going to download the paper application, get it done, fax it in. Is that old school? To a certain degree. But if you're loyal to what you're doing, if you love your leaders, if you love the products, if you know that your system's working, then this is what's going to happen. Work through it. Let the company know. Does that mean that you've got to pretend it's not happening? Absolutely not. You as a leader shouldn't be waiting for the company to communicate with your people. You need to be doing your due diligence. This is why you get paid the big bucks, let's just say. So you can go out and look on the websites, look up InfoTrax, see what they are, see who some of their clients are, see what they're known as, what they're great at. If you're with By Design, if you're with Market Vision, if you're with IDSTC, Genesis, or any of the others, dig deep and look at it. That's how you're going to know. So don't get too bent out of shape. Don't beat your company up. Now, sometimes there's an issue here that companies should listen to just for a second. When there's these issues, customer service gets inundated with all these calls. I can't get my order in. I can't log into my back office. I can't change my email. My product didn't ship. What are we supposed to do? Don't pretend it's not happening. You need to get your customer service manager in there. You need to get your team in there. You need to walk them through what the issues are. Keep them up to date on the issues. Give them the ammunition to be those gatekeepers, to take care of those leaders. Sometimes I get people saying, Troy, I'm just going to quit. I'm just going to resign. I'm just canceling my orders. That happens. And then companies get freaked out. And the companies say, oh my gosh, how do we address this? Put a retention team together. Put a few people together to start calling individuals when they're trying to cancel and say, hey, I don't want you to do that. Leaders in the field. Be part of the retention team. Share with them. We're going through a hiccup, but we're going to take care of it. We're going to handle. So many times people try to use the old-fashioned public relations, which means don't say anything if it's critical. Man, just pass on it. No. Don't let the rumor mill get going. One of the greatest companies out there at battling rumors on the internet is Starbucks. They don't wait for somebody else. They are constantly got their team monitoring, looking, and when they see something, they address it. Company owners, we all should take note of that, and we should take care and do that. That's the key here. That's what you want to do. So in looking at some of that stuff, that was one of the things that we looked at. Here's another big one that I got in this week. Troy, my company's changing their formula. What does that mean? The old formula didn't work? Not necessarily. Now, I've beat up on some companies because I am big into looking at what the ingredients are, seeing if somebody's manipulating stuff, because in studying the last few years, a major USA Today expose on the supplement world, we have found that there's no law that says that a murderer that's serving time in prison couldn't come up with some type of a formula and get it out there to a lab. We know that there's certain labs that are on the market today that some of their products have killed people, and yet they're still in business. They're still doing stuff. Matter of fact, just this last week, I believe the FDA nailed a lab and their founders with criminal charges because of all this crap that's going on. It's tough sometimes. But when a company, whether they've been given a cease and desist by the FDA, or whether they just say, look, we're going to take the proactive move and we're going to change a formula, it doesn't mean that the world's coming to an end. It does mean that there's going to be some changes. The way it works with your body, the way it works with other bodies, DNAs are all different. You're going to deal with that. You're going to have to go through that. But don't just automatically, okay, I'm out of here, I'm done. Don't listen to the competitors. Don't listen to what we call the red ocean side of things. Continually look at, can I trust my leaders? Do I believe my leaders have the right intent in their heart? Do I believe this is good for the company? And it doesn't matter if it's a company that I've beat up on in the past or a brand new company. If the formulas need to change to benefit and protect the consumer taking the products, then you need to understand that's the way it is. And we just got to deal with it. All companies will go through this, especially if they're successful, especially if they're growing. That's just the name of the game. So this was a couple of things this week that we saw come across the desk that people were concerned about, and we don't want those concerns out there. We want you guys taken care of. We want you to continue to be able to ask the questions, and as we see what's happening, we're going to go out there and we're going to share this with you guys, because at the end of the day, it's not the individual situations that can break you down. It's the lack of that communication. When I see companies that are dealing with the small issues, they're saying, okay, we got to handle the software. Okay, we got to handle customer service. Okay, we need to put a hotline in for the retention team. Okay, we need to change our formula. We need to take care of this. We've got people that are concerned. We've got a field force to handle. Those are the people that understand the big picture. They know their purpose and they want to make a change. They're the ones I think that throughout the year are the ones that are blessed, truly blessed. And that means you guys in the field are blessed. So have an awesome Thanksgiving. I know a lot of you are going to be traveling. Be safe out there. We're going into the last few weeks of the year. Be kicking it up. This is a great time to build your business. Live life like it's an epic adventure. Stay dangerous, stay strong. And if you're in network marketing, act like it.